But I remember that I came to that place where the path, the sandy path, came down out into the lake itself. And on the spur of the moment, I said, I'm going swimming. I took my clothes off, my pants and shirt and underwear, and went into the water alone. Nice warm water for the evening. I swam out with good strong strokes. There are several strokes that I do fairly well. And I went out with the Australian crawl. And turned in the water and swam, I thought, along the shore, and turned back in the water and continued to swim. I don't know how long it was that I was swimming. It was at least a half an hour. It could have been as many as 45 minutes, an hour. And I began to get tired. And I thought, well, it's time to return to the shore. And I looked. And I could see absolutely nothing. I thought, all right, I'll know the direction to the shore by the direction of the wind. And there was no wind whatsoever. There was no sound. If I had heard the lapping of the waves when I was walking out to this spot, I couldn't hear them anymore. This is what happens before storm. The wind gets so completely dead still. And the sky was clouded, and there were no stars by which to decide which was toward the east, which would be toward the shore, and which was toward the west, which would be all the way over to Wisconsin. And I began to fear that I might drown. I thought at first I'll dog paddle. But which direction should I go in order to save my life? It occurred to me, dive down to the bottom and continue to dive until I can find where the rise is and follow the rise. And I began to do exactly that. I dove, I don't know, 5, 6, or 7 times, and I did in fact feel a rise in the rocks that lined the bottom of the lake, except that it dawned on me that I didn't know whether I was going farther out to that bar or whether I was going into shore at all. And if I was going out to the bar, then I was, with every stroke, killing myself, drowning myself. Now, after having dived down and up once again and down and up, I was really getting out of breath. And even to dog paddle was beginning to be a problem. Where am I going to go? Where in an absolute darkness and in an absolute stillness and in this sweet Tekhom, in this sweet water that is absolutely flat, am I going to go? Oh God, where are you now, and which direction do I take? And then it began to rain. Pats of a very straight down rain all around me, sending the circles out. I could feel it upon my face. It was just a colder water, that's all it was. And these things I knew. I knew where up was, and I knew where drowning was. And I was between. I honestly thought for a while, now, having dog paddled another half an hour to an hour, that I was going to drown and die. Until I heard my name. Until I heard the voice of God on the shore call my name. Until I heard Barbara Witzke, who herself had come down the shore and found on the rock my clothing. And this is what I heard. I heard the voice say, Wally? Wally, is that you out there? And immediately I had direction, and immediately I had a friend, and immediately by that voice I knew not only who my friend was, but who I was, and where I was, and where my salvation lay. I swam for the shore, for dry land, and for life.